Morning, everybody. Hopefully, everyone had a good weekend. Birthdays and anniversaries this week, so there was none. So, Neil Armstrong's birthday is actually on 5th of August, and Ginger Spice and the Spice Girls is on the 6th of August. So, if you see them around, probably not Neil Armstrong, make sure you wish him happy birthday. Switching toolbox. Do we have anything? Several this morning? Seven on a sleeper. You can only go through quick.
Nothing to go through. I think we're all good.
No dramas, mate. Well, it's a total of 561 days today without a switching incident, so well done everyone for that. No switching alerts, I don't think. Mark wasn't here to run the bulletproof toolbox for me this week because he had last week off, so hopefully I haven't missed any, Mark. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure I went through and there's none there. So DS incidents, near misses and hazards. We had a switching near miss where a sheet was written. There's a bit of confusion in the checking process. It ended up getting a response in the email saying it was approved when it wasn't really. And this sheet actually got checked and approved by the same person, but in saying that, it was written by another person. It was just never put to field check, so technically no rules were really broken there, but there was opportunities to catch this missing earth. And then someone was sick, so I folded her hand around. The brief was never done, but well done to Blakesy and Jimmy Bells for picking it up out on site. It was a cable fault. They had an earth on one side, but not on the other side. So as soon as you cut that cable, you don't have an earth on the other side. To speak about the importance of that, I think it was only probably a couple of weeks ago they had an instance where battery and solar backfed into cables. So it's happening, probably happening once every couple of months now. So if we don't have that earth on, that cable could quite well be live when we cut it. So well done to the guys out on site. We don't want it to get to that point where it is coming down to you guys having to pick it up. So if folders are getting handed around and you haven't had a brief, go find anyone, and we're happy to let you wait until the T36 or T38 gets the header out of the job, right? Don't take a job out without being briefed. Another one was a quality hazard. It's just an incorrect transformer found in the CNS. So the TSWH go through a CNS check every week to make sure the CNS is notified correctly. The switching sheet was written to take off one transformer. CNS actually took off the neighbouring transformer. So that one hasn't been looked into yet, but just shows that our process works with the TSWH picking that up. So that's really good, but that was obviously, could have been CNS breach that just carried on with the switching when it wasn't picked up otherwise. Car cut across multiple lanes. This is actually me, so that anyone that drives north will be pretty used to it, I think. Coming up here where the Port River Expressway cuts into the motorway. Now I was actually heading down to St Mary's this morning. I was on the third right lane, so there's two lanes coming up that merge on from Port River Expressway, and there's a few cars here. There's no one actually in the first left lane to me. There's one car just cut straight across two lanes and you end up about a metre in front of me. So just be aware if you're driving through there. I'll always sort of cover my brake, because even when I'm turning off this way, you get the same thing. Cars cutting in front of you, back this way, and all sorts. So it is a bit of a dangerous spot. Surprised I don't see more accidents there, to be honest. And lastly, we had a broken set of cable cutters. So a set of cable cutters, the battery operated one was used to cut banner straps. It worked really well the first time. The second time the jaw got jammed. Didn't actually break the cable cutters, but in the process of trying to get the broken strap out of the cable cutters, they were broken. So we'll see if we can get them repaired. No one's trying to do anything wrong, they're trying to get their work done, but it just shows, highlights that we should use the right tool for the right job, alright? I was going to hand that around, but I don't know where it is. I think it might be there. So well done on the reporting. I believe there's another one we're going to put in. Muxie's got to put in for a hazard for out the back, and Aaron Kendall is here. Has got one to put in for a. They were cutting off a pole and they burnt through some Telstra. So we'll have some more details about those ones next week. Right, some general depot stuff. So tough pad sign off and G&J controllers. So this is from Leanne. So there's a reject button that you may see on your tough pads. Don't use it. Is that the guts of it, Leanne? Yep. If you use that, it takes the job completely out of schedule.
It causes issues in stuff in the back end and makes it harder to
So yeah, just use the complete or incomplete. I didn't even know there was a reject button. I assume it might be new, or I'm just way out of the loop, but yeah, if you can just not use the reject button, that'd be great. Also, another one Leanne picked up is the GMJ and the unit controls can interfere with each other. I believe in the past the GMJ and the Nifty did the same thing. So Leanne's actually laminated a heap of instruction sheets that she's got to hand out to everybody. So if you have issues where your controls aren't working, you can change the radio frequency of your controller. So thanks for that, Leanne. One from Red Sea. When you're completing your work, please make sure you reference all information. So I think this comes down to services where we have replaced a couple of incorrect services in the past. The tough pads are giving us the wrong information, which we have got a fix for. So they should come out correctly from us, but things will slip through. So just make sure you check the photos, the noties, and the tough pad. Don't rely on one source of information because it's not always right, unfortunately. The orange blind testers, Renzi and Jim went around and take them all off the trucks. There's only got 5 back, so not sure where the rest of them are, but the guys will have a look for them when they're out doing audits or whatever. But just make sure you're not using them. There's an example coming up in a safety alert. I think Corey might be ringing out. It's wide and fluke, so good. There's a voltage on the neutral. I'll get more to that later on. And I'll pass this round. There'll be an audit carried out on all our knives shortly. There's 7 knives that can be used in the business. So just go over your trucks and make sure that's all you have on your truck. You don't have anything else. We know some knives might slip back into the system over time. There's only certain knives for certain tasks, and they're all there. There's a couple of places up at the back as well. But expect someone to come around checking that. That's it. We've got one safety alert, unacceptable voltage on neutral, which is Corey's going to go through.
Some crews went out to test a 3-phase AF overrunner service. They found that there was 6 volts on the neutral. They traced the fault back to a faulty fuse connector on the ABC choke one pushing taps. Fixed it and yeah. So yeah, clients might pick that up and make sure you got your straight voltage to the main. So
Thanks, Corey. Anybody else got anything they want to go through? That's all I've got.
Yeah, I can just say thanks to everyone for last Friday. Matt and all the guys out there done a really good job to get a decent amount of work done. Ended up being a little bit late, but yeah, the work they got done worked out really well. So thanks to everyone. Yeah, we're sticking around and getting it done.
Back up. Thank you, everybody, especially on a Friday afternoon. Appreciate it. Cheers, buddy. That's it. Cool.